Lucifer Morningstar's arc in Has-Been Hotel, especially across the pilot in Season 1, bears a striking spiritual resonance with Al-Mustafa and Khalil Gibran's The Prophet, not merely in grandeur of presence but in depth of regret. These are not men of easy power. They are being shaped by exile, by silence, by the unbearable ache of truth no longer welcomed. Neither seeks dominion. They seek return. Not to a place, but to a self long buried. Gibran writes, "He was a dawn unto his own day, had waited 12 years in the city of Orphalese. Al-Mustafa, beloved and chosen, waits in a land not his own. Revered yet misunderstood, he pours out his wisdom to a city that accepts his presence but never truly embraces his pain." Lucifer Morningstar, once the bearer of light, once divine, gave humanity its first taste of freedom, and paid for it with exile. He is the king of hell. But hell is not his kingdom. It is his mirror, his mausoleum. He rules not from joy but from memory. He is not awaiting a ship. He is searching for meaning. Not a return to heaven, but to the fractured grace of who he used to be. Gibran writes, "It is not a garment I cast off this day, but a skin that I tear with my own hands." Lucifer's pain is cosmic, but it is also devastatingly personal. As Charlie's father, he watches her take up the dream he once dared to carry, to heal the unhealable, to believe the fallen can rise. She is not just his daughter. She is his unfinished prayer, his unfallen self reborn. Like Al-Mustafa, who grieves the parting from a city that never heard him clearly, Lucifer grieves a world that never understood the gospel he wrote in rebellion, and a daughter who might succeed where he failed. He watches her not with scorn but with fear. Not fear of her failure, but fear of her hope. 'Cause he remembers what it was like to believe, and what it cost him. In episode 5, Dad Beat Dad, Lucifer finally cracks. In song, he offers his own farewell, not to a city but to the self he once was. "You didn't know that when I tried this all before, my dreams were too hard to defend. And in the end, I won't lose it all again now you're the only thing worth fighting for." This is not performance. It is confession. It is Gibranian lament. He, too, has scattered fragments of spirit across a world that broke under the weight of his faith. Gibran writes, "To stay, though the hours burn in the night, is to freeze and crystallize and be bound in a mold." Lucifer is a trickster god who has grown tired of the joke. His laughter is a dirge. His crown is a shackle. He has not been a ruler in years, only a witness to the death of the dream he once bled to defend. Cannot stay as he is. But he cannot leave. Not yet. Not while Charlie is still in the city, still kindling the fire. In The Prophet, the eagle flying across the sun is the symbol of divine return. Lucifer was that eagle, radiant, proud, unchained. Now he is grounded. Not by divine wrath, but by despair. But Charlie is the tide returning. She is the one who calls the forgotten prophet back to the hill. Not to ascend, but to remember. In Gibran's tale, it is Al-Mitra, the seeress, who sees Al-Mustafa clearly and asks him to speak. Charlie plays this role for Lucifer. She does not kneel. She does not worship. She simply believes. She sees her father not as the devil, but as a tired architect of a gospel that turned to ash. Not a monarch, but a man who once tried to love the damned. Gibran writes, "You have walked among us as spirit, and your shadow has been a light upon our faces." This is how Charlie treats him. Not with fear, but with recognition. Lucifer Morningstar is no longer the prince of darkness. He is the prophet of the ruined gospel. He wrote scripture in rebellion. He inked it in love. And he watched it die. But where the prophet ends in departure, Has-Been Hotel begins in possibility. Lucifer's ship has not come. He is not yet on the hill. He is still in the city. Still waiting. but no longer alone. If Lucifer ever reaches the shore again, if he ever flies across the sun, it will not be through divine triumph. It will be because someone else believed when he could not, because someone remembered him when he had forgotten himself, because his daughter lit the lantern and gave it back to him.